Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, the Most High, our Creator and our Power, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord, our Savior, and our Deliverer, the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls JC. His name is Yahweh Shai. Call Halamla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. 2025 is looking to be a very pestilent year. All right. 2025 is looking to be a very pestilent year. For more understanding, I'm gonna go into the actual word pestilent. I'm gonna read this precept first, and then I'll go into the word. 2nd Esdras 9:1 says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Salaki, I meant to do the second verse 2. Verse 2 says, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, and we are in a time of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai visiting the earth. And whenever the Lord visits the earth, man, it's a lot of death. Just to be plain about it, a lot of people die. It's a lot of calamities, a lot of destruction, man. Okay, because when the Lord visits the earth, He's judging, and we understand that the judgment of the Lord goes forth every day. But we're approaching the end of a wicked kingdom, so the judgment is going to be heightened, man, because the wickedness is heightened, and the Lord is about balance. So the things that the Lord is sending upon the earth is only to match the evil that's being done in the earth. Okay, but like I said, measure the time in itself. How we measure the time is through the scriptures, through the prophecies, watching the events and matching them and lining them up with what the scripture said was going to happen. Okay. If you don't understand what the actual signs are, you're not gonna know what to look for you to be able to measure the time in itself. Okay, but part of the signs, there's many different signs, whether it be signs in the heavens, through the moon, the sun, different lunar and solar eclipses. We see the chariots, which is also a sign. We see different events in the earth. Right, whether the animals is acting strange or whether it's some event, between people, it's different things that are written about in the scriptures that has came to pass and that's still coming to pass. There's things that's coming to pass right now, man. But as we look for these things to happen, it's a indication that we're that much more closer to the coming of Yahweh Shai, because it was said that before Yahweh Shai comes, this, and this was gonna happen. So we're looking for these things, and it's not just gonna be one event. It's gonna be happening on a large scale around the world. Like, for example, the uproars of the people. It's not just gonna be so people is uproaring and rioting over there in France. So that's that. No, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen gradually, and it's gonna start to happen everywhere. It's not just gonna be in one place. When famine hit, it's not just gonna be in Chicago. It's not just gonna be in Las Vegas. Famine is gonna be everywhere, man. Pertaining to America, it's gonna be everywhere. All right, so we're looking for these signs, man. And another sign is that the scriptures speak about plagues and pestilences being sent. Okay, so let's go into the word pestilent, because 2025 is looking to be a very pestilent year, man. And I do have some articles pulled up relevant to that. So let me read this. It says, this is the etymology of pestilence. It says, contaminated with dangerous disease. Okay. Deadly, poisonous, right? It's going to be a very poisonous year, man. It says, infected, unhealthy, of the nature of a plague. All right. Hurtful to health or morals. pernicious, troublesome. Yep. And that's it, man. And there's a lot of diseases, a lot of viruses that's being reported on, but then it's only reported on for a couple of days, maybe a week, and then it's swept under the rug. Nobody talks about it no more. The next interesting thing comes up, or some other distraction comes up, and then people, they forget all of which, even when it's being reported on, they don't really even go into it in detail. They just surface level cover it and then just let it go, and people just like, oh, another one, okay, well, whatever. People have become desensitized to plagues and pestilences, but the way the Lord is about to turn things up and intensify these pestilences is going to get people's attention, man. You think Bill Gates talking about, this next one going to get people's attention. No. How about Shimmy Awashai about to get these people's attention, man? Okay, because you're going to know that it's a something that's beyond man. Even if the Lord uses a man to create a disease and to spread it, because that happens. Esau the devil, and he's he's like that, right? But there's going to be other things, other plagues that are not going to be explainable by man. It's not going to be able to be broken down through science. It's going to be outer worldly plagues, man, that ain't going to have no cure. All on Newsbreak. It says deadly outbreak of Marburg, also known as the bleeding eye virus, leads to travel advisory. Right? Health officials continue to monitor an outbreak of Marburg virus, also known as bleeding eye virus, in Rwanda, which has sparked concerns about a potential spread outside the country. Of course, and let's not forget, about what happened a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago. A bunch of monkeys escaped from a lab. Nobody know where the fuck they came from, why they was in the lab. Of course, we know they was doing experiments on them and quote unquote research. We don't know how they was able to escape. How did one of them rise up? Was it some Planet of the Apes type shit? Did they, knock the scientist or the researcher upside the head and open the door himself? You telling me they didn't take no precautions or any, any type of steps to prevent that? If they supposed to be in some kind of cage where you're not able to escape, how did not only one but multiple escape? And nobody's reporting on where they at. Was they found? Was any of them found dead? Do they have any kind of diseases that they carry? And nobody just, So yeah, this man is trying to eliminate. He's trying to cull, man. So let me see. It says the U.S. State Department issued a travel advisory on November 22nd, recommending that travelers exercise increased caution in Rwanda due to the outbreak. Why not just cut off any kind of travel access to that state? Why are you telling them to be cautious? I mean, you should be cautious anywhere you go, but why are you telling them to be cautious instead of cutting it off altogether so you can prevent any possibility of that getting back? The reason behind everything. All right, so let's go to the next one. High alert as mysterious disease X kills 71 and infects 394. As bug feared airborne, causing breathing difficulties. Right, and you got a lot of people, especially around this time of year, they start coughing. People be at the job, or if you out in public just handling business, you see people coughing, sneezing. People already got bad hygiene as it is, as far as a lot of people don't wash their damn hands. They be sneezing all in the air. They don't have any kind of etiquette or respect. These people, they ignorant as it is, but then you have these different viruses and things like that going around, and they're very contagious, man. All it takes is for somebody to sneeze in the room, and I believe the mist from your sneeze travels up to like 20 feet or something like that, possibly more. And it's just as simple as that, man. All right, so apparently this disease X has killed 71 people and most likely growing, man. And so if that many people died and this many was infected, that ratio is gonna start to even out and possibly surpass. Right now it's 71 to 394. It may be 125 by whatever, and this is only what they're reporting on. It says the flu-like illness has infected 394 people in recent weeks. And it says as experts race to identify its cause. Okay, so they don't even know where this thing came from or why people have it. Allegedly. But they know it's very contagious and very deadly. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a precept and then I'm gonna come back. All right, 2 Ezra 16 and 17. It says, "Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?" Okay, and this is Ezra, receiving a vision of things to come, man, and that vision was in these last days. All of the the terrible things that was going to be happening simultaneously. It's so bad, Ezra being, a servant of the Lord, a righteous man, even asking, like, who's going to save me in those days? Because shit is going to be so bad. The scriptures even, it tells us that these last days is going to be a time such as never been before, man. It's going to be worse than any time ever recorded or will ever be recorded. It says of the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, man. A lot of people are going to be in mourning because death is going to be so rampant, so frequent that it's just going to, it's going to be a norm, and so many people are going to die. It's going to be like, damn, is everybody going to die? Is there anybody that's going to be saved? Right? There's going to be that much death in America. It says the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, and the answer is to stay close to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Continue to stay on the right path, man, and abstain from evil, so that we don't have to take part in these plagues and the other calamities that's going to be around us, man. That's going to be affecting these people. Lord willing, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua keep the hedge upon us, and we stay on the right on the right path, man. So we can be exempt from the anger the Lord is about to pour out, man, because that's exactly what the Lord is doing. When you see people being eaten from the inside out because some disease that's like completely destructive and it's extremely contagious. Nobody knows where it's coming from, but it's running through people. We're gonna see that, and we're not to fear. In a sense of that might be for us. No, that's for these people, man. Let me get a scripture on that effect. Because, the things that the Lord is about to send, man, hey. That's for these people, man. Lord willing, we stay in the Lord's, or stay on the right path, man, and be in the Lord's good graces, right? Sirach 40:9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, right? So the flood being the first death, right? The second death being by way of ICBM nuclear missiles. But leading up to that second death, there's going to be a lot of death already happening because of things like plagues. Because of, people going to be taking each other out, taking themselves out. It's going to be, a whole lot of division in a violent way. At the same time, people starving to death, being eaten from the inside out, being eaten from the outside in by a plague, or coughing to death, and it's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be bad. Right, back to 2 Ezra 16, jumping to verse 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish. Do you know what anguish means? Are sent as scourges for amendment. I'm gonna go into that word anguish, man. Because if anything can cause anguish, it's a pest, it's a plague, some kind of disease, right? When you suffering in your body, that is the worst, man. When you sick, that is terrible, man. And I can only imagine, those intense sicknesses and infirmities that certain people go through. I've had my share of, flu and very bad viruses. I experienced, the 2019 plague, and it was bad. But it's people going through a lot worse and will go through a lot worse, man. Right? This is anguish and acute bodily or mental suffering, man. Acute meaning it's concentrated in a certain area, man. Okay? This is choking sensation, distress, anxiety, rage, tightness, straightness, narrowness, torment, painfully constricted. It's like, hey, the Lord is twisting you up, man. That's how a lot of these people gonna feel. They're gonna feel like they being wrung out like a rag. And that's terrible, man. to be suffering slowly. Okay? Back to 2nd Esdras, verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment," man. Meaning these things is going to come upon these people when they least expect it, right? Just like a woman who, when her water break, she don't know. It ain't no warning that she get when her water break. It just break, okay? And the water has already broken, so to speak, in America already, man, in the world. Okay, the contractions have already begun, but they're going to become more and more frequent and more intense, more painful, because that represents the troubles in the earth, man, the calamities. You're going to see more war. You're going to see more domestic murder. You're going to see more women throwing killing their kids, driving off bridges and putting them in the oven. You're going to see more murder, suicides, and fires and terrible car accidents, and you're going to see a lot more of all of that. And then you're going to get hit with a famine. And now people are going to be desperate and hungry. And violence going to increase, and tension going to increase. And they're going to be safe. All right? It says, verse 39, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." Okay? And, man, we don't know. It's only a matter of time, man, but I believe, me just speaking as a man, I believe there's a great pestilence that's coming real soon, right? That's gonna be here to stay. It's gonna have the same effect as 2019, 2020, whatever. But it's gonna be different, man. And I'm not talking about what Bill Gates talking about, Oh, this didn't get their attention, but the next one will. I'm talking about some real shit, man. And remember, 2020 was a WTF year. Started on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But also 2025 is gonna start off on a Wednesday, right? So hey, it's gonna be a what the fuck year for 2025 too. All right, so let me get the rest of these articles. Let's go here. All right, this one says hundreds of vials of deadly viruses missing after lab breach. Now, why are these niggas being so clumsy all of a sudden? They letting, I think it was hundreds, I'm not sure, but there was a lot of damn monkeys that escaped. I don't know how many. What's going on? Why y'all being so clumsy and careless, man? Now, it didn't say the vials broke. It said they went missing. All right, hundreds of vials containing live viruses have gone missing from a laboratory in Australia, sparking an investigation. It's always an investigation. Nobody ever know what the fuck going on. It says 323 samples of live viruses, including Hendra virus, Lissa virus, and hantavirus, went missing in 2021 in a serious breach of biosecurity protocols. The breach was discovered in 2023, which nearly 100 of the missing vials contain of the vials missing containing Hendra virus, which is deadly. First, why the fuck are y'all keeping live deadly viruses in the first place? Why are you not doing everything in your power to destroy that so it don't spread or so it don't infect anybody? Why are you holding this shit in vials, man? This is how you know this is the devil, man. That's how you know this nigga is the devil, because he's the only one that does that. You want to do research on viruses and diseases and study it instead of destroying this shit. It ain't like you gonna come up with a cure for the shit. They just want to use it, and they want to weaponize it. As the devil does, man. superbug persists in Nevada hospitals, with about 13% of the nation's causes found here in Nevada. All right, hospitals in Las Vegas Valley continue to combat infections tied to Candida auris, a fungus on the short list of highly drug-resistant superbugs. All right, it sound like that fucking super herpes or something. It says in an update posted Monday by the CDC indicates that 13% of those clinical infections from the fungus last year occurred in Nevada. All right. So yeah, man. And there got to be some resistant shit for it to be living out here because hey, this is a very dry, very hot, hot climate. So hey, yeah, man. So I got a few more articles and I'll finish up with the scripts. This is on CBS. It says Congo, and this was from December 18th. Congo says mystery disease behind dozens of deaths of women and children finally identified as severe malaria. Okay. And, a lot of people, they see these different things going on in these other countries, whether it be war, whether it be the uproars, whether it be plagues, whether it be famine and, the third world country conditions. Americans, they look at these things going on and they just so comfortable and they're at ease. They have this sigh of relief, like, oh, I'm just glad it ain't us. But the Lord is saving this place for last, man. When all those things hit America, they're gonna hit not only all at once, but it's gonna be worse than those other countries where it was. When famine hit America, it's gonna be the worst because this is a gluttonous, very selfish and unappreciative people. When uproars of the people hit and the Civil War, it's gonna hit more worse in America because everybody got a damn gun and everybody, has anger issues and everybody on edge. Okay? When all of those things hit America, it's gonna be the worst. Because these people are pieces of shit and they ain't never been through nothing. So it's gonna be bad, man. They don't want to lose what they have. This little false security and comfort. So yeah, they're gonna take it bad, man. All right, so yeah, let's go from there. Apparently, this super malaria or severe malaria is affecting mostly children and women. Because they have weaker immune systems. All right, so from there, I'm gonna go to another article, and this was December 19th, right? This is back to back. It says New Jersey American Water investigates taste and odor issues. And it was a brother out there going into it. How he even received a call, with a message, pretty much giving him a warning and a disclaimer that's saying, oh, they're looking into it and they're working on it and they've noticed the yellowish hue to the water and it's an odor, a stench coming from the water, and it's being tested and this and that. And hey, we don't know if that's they can be trying to spread some kind of virus in the water or we don't know what that is. But guess what? A lot of viruses, can live in water, and that's an easy way for them to spread some kind of pestilence. It's through the water system. Because there's people who still drink tap water. But even if you don't drink the tap water, it gets into your skin, man. Your skin is the largest what's the word? Damn, man. I need a new brain, man. But it's the largest I'm about to say organ. Yeah, is it organ? I believe it's organ, but I could be wrong. Salakia. But yeah, you get the point. And your skin, it soaks up, the chemicals from the water. All right. So yeah, you got something going on with the water out there in New Jersey and most likely, surrounding areas. Let me get this last article. It says California Governor Gavin Newsom declares a state of emergency over the bird flu and calling it a proactive action, man. So, it's been a state of emergency, right? Which the bird flu it was being reported on already, just as a warning, watch out for it, and this is what's going on with it right now. But now it's at people's front door, man. All right. So yeah, man, we gonna see what happens 2025. As you see, it's a lot going on, and it's hard to keep up with. All right. So yeah, man, I'm gonna get these last couple of precepts, right? Sirach 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, right? And this is to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Hey, stop procrastinating. Again, get close to Yahweh Shem Yahushua as much as possible in these last days. Because the further you are away from the Lord, man, the more vulnerable you are to these judgments, these scourges that's about to come. You don't want to get caught up. We don't want to get caught up in that. I don't want to get caught up in plagues and famine and all of these things that's about to overcome a lot of these people, man. May Yahweh Shem Yahushua, keep us stable and steadfast in this thing. All right, but for you that may be on the fence or hesitant, hey, make your choice now, man, or forever hold your peace. Okay? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Okay? And just like it said, speaking about those birth pains, right? Hey, when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them. And you're not going to escape. Because if you call yourself putting the Lord off, guess what? He gonna put you off. And when the Lord cried for you, you didn't hear. So in a day when a lot of these Israelites gonna cry for the Lord's not gonna hear them, man. All right, and that's what it is, all right? Ezekiel 7:15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. He that is in the city famine and pestilence shall devour him. Okay, so that's what's coming to the inner city, man. Famine and pestilence. Right, which the pestilence could contribute to the famine. But, hey, it's going to be like it said, a man escaped from a lion and a bear met him. And then he escaped the bear and went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. These people ain't going to be able to catch no break. Because they didn't take a break from their wickedness. So the Lord gonna overcome them, man. Let me get this, this is, just to balance it out. Because, again, those things is only sent to the wicked. To the ones that the Lord is condemning, man, to judgment. All right, but for us who believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we forsaken this world. And we ready to see righteousness flourish in the earth, man. Hey, we got to stay on the on the straight and narrow. Psalms 91:10, it says, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. All right, and that's because Lord willing, we're gonna be in the secret place of the Most High. Therefore being under the shadow of the Almighty, right, which is the protection, the hedge from those things. That's preservation. It says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways, right? And again, another word for keep is preserve, and hey, the Lord is going to keep us, man, and all of these things that's going to be happening is going to be taking out a lot of people before our very eyes. And, Lord willing, we remain steadfast and stoic through it. Not being dismayed or offended or surprised. Because, hey, what we saying is going to come to pass eventually, man. And hey, 2025 is looking to be a very pestilent year. But may Yahweh Shem Yahushua keep his hedge and his protection upon all of us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, man, and our families and our children. And pass over us. Lord willing, I pray this was edifying. And with that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. blessings and safety to the hopeful elect. DTA Baba Ball, Kwame Ashiala. Till next time, Shalom.